What's happening? What's happening? Listen, y'all. I'm riding solo dolo today. I gotta hold down the fort. It's just me, your girl, OC, Octavia Dunigan in the building. Listen, you are tuned in to D&D podcast, y'all. Y'all already know. Straight raw talk, no filter, no edits, just straight raw. So you're rocking with some of the best because I wouldn't say that we're the best because I think that's OD. We're some of the best, right? Y'all the best too. So you rocking with or you're in the company of some of the best ever, right? Including yourself. But yeah, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit today. You know, we normally have that topic that we like to talk about. And I really want to focus on the Dunigan decision, y'all, because I'm getting some questions that came in. And even as I printed them out, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, right? I did read over them. I did check them out. I do know what's on the paper. And I did that on purpose today, y'all, because I really wanted to not just give you an answer, but really like apply it to myself. Um, One of the things that I use my platform for, if you follow me on any social media at Octavia Dunigan, like you know, I use my platform to motivate and encourage people. I do believe that we all go through things and have something that we are currently going through. Doesn't matter what it is, what it looks like everybody has their own stories. And so as I share on all of my platforms, like I share from a real and a connected experience because I know drama. I know issues. I know problems. I know poverty. I know divorce. I know baby daddies. I know business failures, and I know rejection, and I know debt, and I know negative accounts, and I know almost evictions and almost repos and having to turn cars back in, and I know what it's like to be at the bottom. And so please note as I share my perspectives, as I come from a motivational standpoint, that I'm not coming at you from a place that's above you, but yet a place that actually connects and recognize to the nonsense, right? Now I'm only 32, right? And I'm not going to say only because 32 is great. 32 is amazing. There are so many people, unfortunately, who do not like live to be 32. So I won't say just 32, but I know that age or background could be considered a negative. Like, okay, you're 32. What do you know? Or you're African American. What do you know? Or you're from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Hey, shout out to Bridgeport. What do you know? Or you grew up in a single parent home. What do you know? Like, so I know that outside appearances could really throw people off, and age and all that. But please note, like, there's no age limit on life. Like, life happens to 3 year olds, right? Life happens to 20 year olds. Life happens to 80 year olds. Like, life happens to everybody. And so please note, like, as I go through these questions, as I share my opinion, what I would do, my perspective, the Dunnigan decision, like, this is literally from a place of connecting, from a place of being low in life and understanding lowless. All right. Lowless. I said lowless. So for the first question, y'all, the first question that came in, and let me just say this. Let me just say this. I always say that. Let me just say this. Let me just say, send all of your questions, situations, lituations, whatever it is, to dddialect@gmail.com. Yes, it is a Gmail. Don't criticize because we working it. But email us, y'all. Send us you can even DM us. I got some DMs actually on my social media platform. So I do check DMs if it's not ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So don't be stupid or you'll get blocked. I don't mind blocking. You shouldn't either. But send us your scenarios and we'll address them, give you our actual decision or our standpoint as to how we feel or what we would do, what we think. All right. So, first question, easy, simple. Really not easy and simple, but I just said that. How do you know the difference between being around the right people and the wrong people when all people mess up? Right? Interesting. I'm going to say it again. How do you know the difference between being around the right people and the wrong people when all people freaking mess up? Right? That is the question. That is the first question. I'm going to give y'all three. I printed out three today. So we'll do three. So for me, when I reflected, and I like to know y'all thoughts too. Like shoot me a message, right? Comment below. If you are watching this via YouTube, go ahead and not only just comment, but subscribe and like, and let me know, like let us know, you know what I'm saying? Like your thoughts on that. Like, how do you know the difference between being around the right and wrong people? Because all people are a mess, right? And really, that's part of the answer. Literally, everybody has good and bad. Like, that's just real talk. But eventually, and again, this is the Dunigan decision. You make your own, right? Eventually, you have to get to a point where you are adding up your return on the investment. What does that mean? All my business people, what's up? You already know return on the investment. Whatever you're investing in, whatever you're pouring into, whatever you're spending time with, whatever you're, devoted to, focused on, financially spending time, emotionally spending time, mentally spending time, whatever you're investing into, right? People wise. Please note the return on the investment. All right. It's not about money. It's not about just having money or, return on the investment in regards to money. It's the return on the investment shows an actual profit, like a win or a gain or a level up or an increase. So let me break it down, obviously, in human terms, right? You hanging with a group of people, you have a certain connect or somebody you vibe with, you're just really good with, whatever. And they have good because they're human, and they also have bad because they're human, and we all have good and bad. But at the end of the day, the good outweighs the bad, as in they're there for you, they support you, they rock with you, like they're down for what you're for. They literally like see you for who you are. They recognize you, they acknowledge you, they literally add a profit to your life mentally, emotionally, and physically. That's a good person. They gonna fuck up. That's life. We all do. Tell me a time you didn't. I did. I did today, right? Real talk. I had to apologize this morning, to be honest, right? We all mess up. But at the end of the day, like when you really boil it down, are you getting a return on your investment? So you hanging with a group of people and homegirl messed up and told your business, or did something you felt was out of order. Depending upon the degree, you know what I'm saying, how much patience you have, you always forgive. But at the end of the day, you got to determine, does that good outweigh that bad? If they're professing to be a certain type of tree, like I'm your homie, or I'm your best friend, or I'm your business partner, or I'm your coworker, whatever tree that a person is professing to be in your life, like you should literally be looking for that fruit, right? Like, so if you're saying you're my friend, if you're saying you're my husband and wife, if you're saying you're my coworker, I mean, not coworker, like, Lord, if you say you're my employee, my staff, or my boss, my leader, if you're saying you're my pastor, whatever it is, whatever role or tree that you're planting yourself to be in my life, like literally, I'm looking for that return on that investment, or you really don't qualify for that title, right? And I feel like this is why it's so important to know who you connect with, right? When you're talking about having a good or a bad person in your life, or if they're right for you or not, like you got to know who you're with, so that when you know who you with, you know what you can expect. Okay. And sometimes we expect things from people that don't really fit certain roles, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to move roles, or sometimes you got to remove the whole tree, right? Depends upon what you got to do. But at the end of the day, bro, look for the fruit. Long story short, look for the fruit consistently, not in one season, right? Because one season, somebody could produce those peaches, and then the next year, that tree doesn't even exist no more, right? It's all dried up. And then the next year, when try to produce some fruit, like it's like, whoa, you're not consistent, right? So be mindful of the roles that you actually play in people's lives, so that you can make sure you are consistent. But not just that, Be mindful of the people and roles that they play in your life, and just watch the fruit. The fruit always speaks louder than any words. So any title, oh, I'm a good dude, I'm a good woman, whatever, your fruit will always speak louder than anything that you have to say. Your actions is all about actions, right? And so watch a person's actions. The question, how do you know the difference between being around the wrong and right people when everybody mess up? Simple. Watch their actions. If it's a consistent foolery, then you already know this is wrong. One time, one mess up, they doing what they need to do to get themselves together because you forgave them, you let it go, you erase the board. I believe in fresh starts. I believe in fresh starts. I don't really know about, completely just like kind of just fixing things. So if someone messes up, you just kind of fix it. Nah, like we got to start over. Like it can't, whatever happened has to literally be forgiven and we're fresh. That's just me. However you handle. But for me, I need a fresh start. I like a blank page. Like we ain't even on that old chapter. Like that, whatever happened, we talked about, we let it go, right? That's a fresh start. If a person gets a fresh start and it's fresh and it remains fresh, they golden, they good. But if you giving fresh starts after fresh starts after fresh starts after fresh starts, then I want to tell you, person, I don't know if they necessarily bad, but they might just not be good for you. All right. Hope that answered. Question number 2 for the Dunigan decision. Thank y'all for rocking with the D&D podcast. How can I be more successful? That is a whole switch of gear. And success, I feel like truthfully is a topic all on its own. I would love to do a whole talk, maybe get a guest or something. We ain't do no guests yet or not, but just to kind of really dive in on success. But let me just say, when you're talking about success, especially for the person listening out there who's measuring their level of success to their bank account or their credit score or their address. Let me tell you something. Success is a individual definition, right? To me, this is my podcast, my decision, my thoughts, and my perspective. Your success is literally the greatest version of yourself. So if you know you were 20 pounds over the weight that you know you need be or not be, I don't know why there's a fly in here, y'all. You 20 pounds over what you need or not to be, and you literally set a goal or made up the decision or the mindset to not just change your eating habit, but to really work on your mind to determine what literally is causing you to eat, right? Overly, like what's bothering you, why is food or alcohol, whatever your coping skill. Once you actually deal with that, right, and you begin to work that thing out and you drop 5 pounds, I don't care if it took you all of 2 months, you, my friend, are considered at a level of success. You're getting to a greater or better version of yourself. And so in Leading Legacy Worldwide, our goal getter community, shout outs to the entire team of Leading Legacy Worldwide. And y'all check us out at leadinglegacyworldwide.com. We really promote and encourage setting goals and hitting goals that make sense to you. Success is always measured by other people. They got a new house, they got a bigger house. You just bought a car, but their car is newer, right? Your credit score is good, but theirs greater. You went here, but they went there. You took a picture on that boat, but they got on that boat. You were in this beach, but they were at that beach. Like it's always, if you're constantly measuring yourself up to others in regards to success or what people feel is success, material things, you'll never really succeed. You'll be stuck watching other people daydreaming about what you could and should be doing, watching them do what you should and ought to be doing and probably could even do better because you're stuck on I don't know, on safety, right? On confusion or on fear, on worry maybe or anxiety, because success, as much as people want it, is so freaking scary, bro. I don't care what nobody says. Like I could tell y'all, I became a mom at 16. I had my son at 17, so I was pregnant at 16, had him at 17, whatever. But long story short, success, like I would have never thought, I would be sitting in front of you guys today, literally even talking about that back then, right? Like just because success or change or anything is like so scary, like to think that you can start from one place, and then if you really sit back after you've worked and plugged and sacrificed and hustled and prayed and stayed in your faith, and then you see yourself just constantly going forward, right? Now you got problems, you got issues, roadblocks, like everybody else, but your overall picture is bigger. Like that can be really intimidating. And so a lot of people, they want to be more successful, right? Because the question is, how can I be more successful? A lot of people want to be more successful, but they never go from wanting to be to actually becoming, right? And so, really, to answer that question is I want to encourage you to actually become. If you want to be more successful, you first have to define what that looks like on you, right? What does success look like on you? And then once you see what that is, you might realize that you're already probably successful to a degree, right? If successful looks like getting out of poverty or out of a neighborhood or out of like toxic family relationships or toxic relationships, if that is like something that you strived or wanted to do, you might just be already successful and you're not even realizing it, right? So once you identify what exactly you want to be, do, or have, then I want to encourage you to start to be, start to do, so you can start to have, right? It's that simple. It's not simple, but it is that simple. And do it consistently and be it consistently, so that way you can have it consistently, right? Because that's the thing, hard work works. And you have to work hard in order to have the works, pretty much. So I hope I answered that one. I got one more question for y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with me today. Y'all know I am holding the boat down solo. And I normally do this, but not in this type of setting or platform. It's more or less like on a structured teaching vibe, and with kids. I got adults too, my adult go getter community, but it's more, on a professional level. So I'm flowing today. Number 3, y'all, what's your suggestion for not feeling like you are enough? Um, not feeling like you are enough. I thought I read that one. What's your suggestion for not feeling like you are enough? I want to tell you that as much as people like to just go ahead and hype you up and just say, you are enough, and God created you because he loves you and you have a purpose and everything's great, and everything's going to be okay. Like as much as I want to tell you that and want to make you feel good, I want to be real with you and tell you that how you feel, one, is probably normal, and I'm sure everyone watching this video has once felt that very same spot or felt that very same position, like I am not enough, like I I I I'm just not, like I don't have enough this, or I don't have enough that. And everyone's been there. So for one, let me just start by saying, like, that is a normal emotion, and well, not emotion, but a normal state, I guess, in life. And I think we go through that throughout life, because I remember feeling like at times when I was a kid, like, man, I don't feel like I'm qualified, like, or I'm not enough to do this or try out for that. So I actually did try out and actually did make teams. And I was like, bro, you were holding yourself back. But anyways, I remember being in positions where I constantly, not constantly, but I would find myself feeling like I wasn't enough or I wasn't qualified. And um there were times in my childhood, but not just that. I remember it in my teens. I remember it in my 20s. I've been doing better in my 30s. I must say I've been really putting energy, but that's because of work. I guarantee you, if I wasn't putting in a lot of mental work, y'all, I guarantee you I would probably be still dealing with those same complexes, like feeling like I'm not enough. Because again, it goes back to what I was saying before. Like it's so easy to compare yourself to other people and where other people have and where other people are in life, versus yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you 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 can justly feel like you're not enough if you're really focusing on what you don't have enough of, right? If you're focusing on, I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough friends, or I don't have enough love, or I don't have enough support, then I think you're definitely going to feel like you're not enough, right? So my suggestion to that emotion, or that state, or that condition rather, or area in life that we find ourselves in, I don't care what age you are, you're going to find yourself in a spot where you feel like you're not enough, bro. Like, I don't care, you will. But my suggestion would be, instead of to focus on what you're not enough of, or what you feel like you don't have enough on of, switch that to what you do have, you know, and start focusing on what you have, and what you gained over the year, and all over the years, and all your growth, and what you have over other people. And I know that sounds probably bad to say, like, oh, okay, like, I have this and they don't have that. That sounds really arrogant, and it sounds really like self-centered. But the truth of the matter is, when you really sit back and be like, bro, like, I have a bathtub that I could go turn on the hot water right now, like, hot water as hot as I want, and take a nice hot shower, and just like get right mentally. As much as that sounds so basic, there is somebody else who has no access to water at all right now, like, at all. And we used to be saying out of the country, right? We used to say someone worldwide, or someone somewhere else doesn't have access to water. Whereas now we can sadly say, like, they might be down the street and not have water turned on, right? So not feeling like enough is always going to feel like you're not enough if you're focusing on what you don't have enough of. Shift that to what you do have enough of. I was having a conversation with one of my daughters uh really a couple hours ago. We were heading to, it was Office Depot. Shout outs to Office Depot, especially the one I go to. They look out. But long story short, we were getting some marketing materials for Old Children's Club, and I was talking to her about value. You know what I'm saying? And really, value and being enough, and knowing something's worth really starts with just paying attention, and really counting those blessings, bro. Like, and I was telling her, because it wasn't that she was complaining or whining, and this is one of my children, so y'all don't know what I'm talking about, so it's not messy. But I was she wasn't whining or complaining. It was just, I wanted to stress to her value, and letting her know that, like, stop looking at how the cup is not full, but like how your cup is, like the liquid that you got in your cup. Like, you have a lot of liquid in your cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's just typical to look at what we don't have, and what we're where we're not at, and what we didn't do, and where we didn't go. And it's like, bro, but shut up. Like, bro, like, come on. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching this and you're feeling like, oh, see, I don't feel like I'm enough, like, I want to tell you, like, bro, stop. I know that sounds ridiculous, and so um I don't even know, so emotionless. I love you to death, man. And if you don't know that, just know there's somebody out here who's praying for you, and they actually care. Because I told God, as I stream, as I talk, whoever hears anything I have to say, Lord, touch them. Like, I care. Like, I'm connected to you in some way, form, or fashion. You're hearing this because we're connected. So the fact that we're connected, know that you are enough, and I care, right? And especially care enough to take time to do this, because people not doing this on their time. Trust me, they're not. But I care, like, and I want you to know that you are enough. Period. I don't care what happens, what didn't happen, what you didn't get, what you won't get. Like, what you have is enough. There's a scripture, my grace is sufficient. Like, it's enough. Like, God is enough. Like, our breath, the fact that we're breathing, like we have life, we woke up, like, that's enough. The fact that I got up and was able to, like, see the sun, hear my dog bark, smell stuff cooking in the kitchen, and touch stuff and hug my family, kiss my husband, like whatever. The fact that I was able to do, you understand what I'm saying? Like that's enough. That's enough. I'm all for go getting, go get it, go have it, go be it, manifest that shit, do that. Like that's me. If you work with me, you work for me, you know. I am telling you regularly, you're my client, to my members, to however we're connected. I'm telling you to go get that shit, man. Right? I'm telling you to work for your future. I'm telling you to go sick. But at the end of the day, man, you gotta know right now, right here, the present, that's a gift. That's enough. That's enough. Whatever you're lacking, whatever you're missing, if you don't get it, if it never happens, just know this place right here that you're at in life, who you are, that's enough. So maximize that, enjoy that, be grateful for that, find the good in it, right? Find the good in it. It's enough. You're enough. You matter. If you're in a circle where you feel like you're not enough or you don't matter, change your circle. If you're at a job where you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not getting acknowledged enough, like it's not enough, change the job. If you're in a relationship where you feel like they're not giving enough or you're not enough for them or what, change it. Whatever has you in a position to make you feel like it's not good, you're not good enough, you're not doing it right, you're not what, you're constantly feeling like you're unqualified, change that. Get in environments and in groups and in relationships and in connections and in businesses and companies that make you feel like you are enough. Get Listen to music that makes you feel like I'm enough. Read things that make you feel like you're enough and start with the Bible. Okay? It will make you feel like it reminds you that you are enough. Protect your vibe, man. Protect your vibe. All right. So I want to thank y'all for tuning in with me, man. I rocked alone today. I hope y'all got some nuggets. And remember, man, I'm not talking at you. I'm talking with you. We doing life together, just in different ways, right? Different forms, different fashions. But this is together, man. We're getting old together. And be great. Don't be afraid to change, man. Don't be afraid to change. I want to thank y'all for sending in them notes. Keep sending them in, dddialect@gmail.com. Questions, comments, situations. We here to help. Send them in, y'all. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube page, D&D Dialect. Appreciate it. Our podcast is on the platforms. Y'all tell a friend, right? Share some nuggets. All right. Check our businesses out. We are leadinglegacyworldwide.com, man. Check us out. We are literally building a virtual world, y'all, for the adults and for the youth. Our youth, shout outs to Old Children's Club. I love my gang, man. We are growing nationwide, man. God is just blowing my mind. I'm super excited. I'll save that for a whole nother topic because I have just great things to tell you. But man, listen, tell the kids, some of our videos have curse words, but they're cursing too. Let us help. Let us teach. Let us just plant them seeds. We're trying to make a difference. But I love y'all. Until next time, y'all be safe. And I don't know if you're still wearing the mask, but at least wash your damn hands.